Hey, James, welcome back to the channel. So glad you are here. Um, I bet there's some people out there that say, gee, James, I wish you would do something positive on your channel. I wish you would talk about a positive story. Well, I do want to talk about a positive story before I get to talking about Perry Stone. I'll put that up on the screen. Thank you to the Royce Report for sharing this on your website. By the way, Julie Royce it's all people that sponsor her. That's how she maintains this. Uh, I would call it more than a newspaper. I'd call it a ministry. They are trying to expose wolves in sheep's clothing, and I just highly encourage you. Actually, she would say by supporting her, you're supporting Christian journalism. So, and I would totally agree. So, if you have the ability, don't worry about me. I'm doing fine financially. Would ask that you hit like and subscribe. It will help the channel to grow. If you are a subscriber, please hit the like button. It does help the algorithm. I love this. It says Florida church earns abuse prevention accreditation, calls it a gospel issue. It is a gospel issue. We need to be above reproach. We need to show the world that we are going to be held to a higher standard because we are in ministry. So I totally agree with Julie on this one. It says here, Florida Baptist pastor Chris Dotson believes that building a really high fence to prevent abuse is a matter of gospel integrity. We take this seriously, said Dotson, executive pastor of South Tampa Fellowship in Central Florida. We want to ensure the church is the safest environment for our children and students as we seek to help people find and follow Jesus. I'm sorry I hit my microphone. I know it's going to make a sound on the video. I'm all warm and fuzzy inside. This is the kind of stuff that needs to happen more often. It says here, I never even heard of ECAP. It's the Evangelical Council for Abuse Prevention. It says ECAP was created in 2019 to provide awareness, accreditation, and trusted resources to help Christian organizations, nonprofits, and local churches in child protection and abuse prevention. To receive accreditation, a church must go through a strenuous audit process and successfully demonstrate compliance to ECAP through child safety standards, earning the church the right to display its accreditation seal, a symbol of trust for families who participate in the ministry. So I just, please go to Julie's website to learn more about that. It makes me all warm inside to know that finally there's a force for positive change happening in the world, and that's really, really good. Unfortunately, on the other side of that, and Not By Sight News brought this to my attention, and I just want to. I'm not going to rehash everything. I didn't know honestly about this one because I don't spend all my day watching Daystar and TBN and like I used to. There was a point in my life where I did watch Daystar on a regular basis, and I just feel that a lot of the ministers are just more interested in money than they are in ministry. But the excuse that Perry Stone gave, and this was in the Christian Post, by the way, to cite my source. I never knew that Perry Stone had all these accusations against him. It said there was over a dozen people that filed reports. I mean, apparently it went all the way to a grand jury, and they didn't press charges against him. But several women, it says here, nine alleged victims of SA. The claims of inappropriate conduct involved groping, unwanted kissing, and showing women he was aroused were first made in 2020. Now, this to me, and this is the title of the video, part of the title. I'll include something about the accreditation process, but Stone has sought to explain that the victims misinterpreted his social behavior, which he described as normal in an Italian culture. Normal? There's nothing normal about grabbing somebody. There's nothing normal about forcing a kiss on somebody. There's nothing normal about touching people inappropriately. There's nothing normal about any of that behavior. You didn't care about these women. You wanted to satisfy your own lusts. Oh gosh, it just blows my mind away that how people can justify bad behavior. So, Barry Stone a wolf? Yep. You are a wolf in sheep's clothing. And the question that was brought up, and I'm telling you, the longer I listen to Not By Sight News, the more I like this guy. Number one, I learned that he used to be in radio, and I could tell by his voice. Full disclosure, I fell asleep earlier, and I slept a little longer than I wanted to, so I'm up rather late. But one of the side benefits of that, for some crazy reason, when I do that, is that my voice gets a little deeper. So this is my radio voice. Anyway, Not By Sight News is a great guy, and he brought up an excellent point, and that is, why the heck is Perry Stone still on Daystar? And I'm going to ask the same question about Richard Jeffers tomorrow. I keep wanting to say Jeffries. Every time when I was writing notes about what was going on, I kept writing Jeffries. It's Jeffers. Why are they on Daystar? Did you notice that one of the conversations, allegedly, that Joni Lamb had with Susie Lamb was that she made a comment about, we don't have to worry about him. A woman in Oklahoma is going to expose him. I'm just wondering how the heck Joni Lamb knew. And does she have dirt on other people? This is a weird web and it's all convoluted, and it blows my mind away. And I don't want to toot my own horn, but I definitely can't talk about my day job, what I'm doing right now during the day. Let's talk about, I want to compare my ministry life, my life in ministry, compare it to what you see on television. And you just tell me what you think in the comments. Perry Stone and all these other people, they got the big houses and they got all this stuff on TV, and it's all for show. One of the things that I was taught about ministry is that if you really are truly called to be in the ministry, you'll go anywhere and do anything for the cause of Christ. The church that I pastored for 2.5 years had a membership of 20. I had to work a second job just to pay the bills. And it was an hour and a half from my house. So I had to drive every Sunday, an hour and a half, just to go preach. And I love those people. The people in that small little town were absolutely fantastic. Wonderful people. I've served as a prison chaplain. I've had to engage with some very dangerous people. But I believe deep down inside, because I'm heavily influenced by John Wesley, that God's grace is for everybody. So I served at a minimum security prison, served at a medium security prison. And then COVID hit. Well, I took a position as a hospital chaplain back up. I served in a hospital in Oklahoma City for a couple of years. Then I did the prison chaplain thing. Then I went to Kansas City for a couple of years. And that was during the heart of the pandemic, from January 2020 to January 2022. I gown, glove, N95, face shield. Saw over 300 people with COVID. I couldn't imagine Perry Stone doing that. But I can tell you what the people said. A lot of them told me, "Thank you for coming in and seeing me." A lot of the other professionals would call on the phone, talk to them on the phone. They said, "Thank you for coming to see me. I feel like a leper." Because nobody wanted to see them. Compare that to Perry Stone's, even Robert Jeffers, or Kenneth Copeland, or Jesse Duplantis. Are they willing to do things that are uncomfortable? I don't think so. Probably should have done that as a separate video, but I just felt led to talk about it because I'm tired of hearing about all these. It's like you literally grabbed women and groped them and kissed them and thought it was okay. Why don't you, Perry Stone, go get accredited? Why don't you and your staff go through training to make sure that you never do that again? Then I'll believe that you're truly sorry. Anyway, a little bit longer than I planned, but the point is that there's some people out there, like the people that are in that Florida church, that are trying to do the right thing. Then you look and compare and contrast to Perry Stone, and it's night and day. It's completely night and day. Anyway, if you are new, please hit like and subscribe. I do want to thank you for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to everybody who leaves comments. I read the comments. Cool thing is my wife also reads some of the comments, and she'll point out things to me as well, because there's no way in the world I could read all of them. And the vast majority of the people in this community, fan base, whatever you want to call it, I think you get it, and that really warms my heart. So thank you for being here, and I will see you tomorrow.